Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome.
Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. And we'll be checking in with Allie LaForce from the sideline moments from now. Right now, let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Look at Indiana. It hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes in the offseason.
I think for the Pacers, they're focused on just finishing this season strong, playing a solid last week of basketball so they can hold their heads high at the end of the season.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert.
That's a good
And
matchup.
it's DiVincenzo in at the one spot. And for Indiana, Siakam is out there with Jarris Walker. Then there's Andrew Nembhard. Then it's Neesmith. And it's up in at the center, locking down the middle. On paper, this game looks one-sided, GA, but you never know in the NBA, do you? As they say, anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, just so much talent in the league. If one or two guys get hot, this could end up being an upset. The difference between good teams and bad is razor thin.
The competitive fire of Anthony Edwards, admirable, going right back at him.
Pass to Neesmith. Screen on Edwards. Here's Siakam. Chops up a three. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Now Edwards with the stuff.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards, confident at taking on defenders and finishing.
Indiana's gone 1 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Walker kicks to Siakam. Another miss by Siakam.
You know he wants that one back, right in his wheelhouse.
Randall from outside is hauled in by Huff. For the Pacers, they come in off a loss to Cleveland. Nembhard's shot is good.
Fancy ball handling by Nembhard right there. Little rush hour handles on display.
So, Clark, looking at the history of the Timberwolves, they're in the most successful stretch ever.
Yeah, you look at the first 24 seasons, Minnesota won just 2 playoff series total. They won 4 rounds in the last 2 years alone in the playoffs. You know what's been the key if you ask that question? I'd say having that guy Anthony Edwards is where you start.
And here is Siakam. After Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Rick Carlisle and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Unsurprisingly, the conversation turned to Rudy Gobert. Let's be honest, he's scary, Coach said about the 7-footer. He hinted their strategy might involve trying to, quote, lure Rudy out of the paint so he's not there to slap away our layups. Maybe some tricky play here to try and push Gobert out of his comfort zone. Back to you.
Thank you once again, Allie. Nembhard against DiVincenzo.
Pick up.
Back to Nembhard. Pass to Huff. Outside, Walker. Shot clock at 5. Nembhard for 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Minnesota with the ball. They're on an 11-2 run. DiVincenzo passes to McDaniels. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pacers trail by 9. Nembhard, the pass to Siakam. Now, here's Nesmith.
Pick coming.
Pass to Huff. Now Walker. Nembhard for 3. That one misses. Here's Randall. The shot's good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Naz Reid, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dosunmu comes in for Donte DiVincenzo. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Walker. Nesmith with the ball. Edwards there. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Offline with his 3. That's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Indiana. 11-point game. Well, year after year, Clark, we continue to see Anthony Edwards increase his scoring.
Yeah, and I like the fact that his efficiency has gone up as well, Kevin. That's a nice combination. Scoring going up and efficiency improving. And that's a problem for sure for the rest of the league.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Siakam's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Pacers. Dosunmu, the pass to Edwards. For the 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Pascal Siakam.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana.
Oh my gosh.
Shepherd's checked in for Walker. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Aaron Nesmith.
Excellent all-around performance so far against the big league.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Edwards with the stuff.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far. Yo, watch this.
Pass to McConnell. Here's Shepherd. Defended by Dosunmu.
Come get it.
Here's Siakam. And they get it.
There you go.
Gobert with the defensive effort.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Oh, that's foul, right?
There's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Boy, at 6'4", 225 pounds of twisted cable wire, Edwards is built like a linebacker.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second.
Hey, like a lot of guys, Edwards rides momentum as a player. When his confidence is soaring, so is his activity level.
And the foul.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
That is his first foul of the game. Here's Shepard.
Breakaway.
Puts up a deep three, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He's raised his three-point total to 6 now. A lot of points from beyond the arc. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Timberwolves?
Oh, come on, man.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
TJ McConnell is out there with Jones. Then there's Shepard. Then there's Toppin. And it's Potter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And one of the many challenges for a small market team like the Pacers, Greg, going up against that luxury tax.
And they've avoided carrying a payroll that would incur the tax, but right when they said they were planning to do just that, the Bucks stunned everyone with the maneuver to secure Pacers center Miles Turner and perhaps let him off the hook.
And so here is Indiana following Julius Randle's three. And the Pacers another three.
Usually the one setting others up. This time McConnell gets the benefit of the hot pass for himself.
Pass to Randle. Fires from deep. It's not going to fall. He's taken 4 shots and made 2. Jones looking for an opening. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Julius Randle picks one up. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word. We have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, with teams seeking switchable defenders, there's a specific player type that could be losing value. Those smaller scoring-minded combo guards. You think of the Cole Anthony, Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarksons of the world, perhaps not as sought after as before with teams looking for positional size and versatility.
They'll be challenged for certain. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. First one falls for him. And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team fairly deep with size up front,
that can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
Highland's shot is good.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Pacers trail by 17. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Chris Finch getting buy-in from his players top to bottom. Anthony Edwards, he's such a great coach and just a lightning person. He will coach you hard, and he comes in ready for work every day. You look forward to working with someone like that. Back to you.
Hasn't bought in. Thanks so much for the report, Allie. The Pacers making a switch here. Toppin's checked in. Timberwolves also changing it up. McDaniels comes in for Clark. And Anthony Edwards subbed in for Highland. Edwards, good.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
Toppin tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's McDaniels. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Basically just ignored that contact inside. Really tough finish by McDaniels.
Walker is screen on Randle. Here's Toppin. Doesn't go for him. Randle with some nice D.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up. Shaping up to be a great game. Strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Another shot, and it's finished off by McDaniels as he lays it in. McDaniels got 7 points in the game. Pass to Toppin. There's a good screen. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And here's Edwards from the arc. And the three ball is good. Edwards got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
Timeout called the Pacers. And some changes here for the Pacers. Off's jacked in, and Andrew Nembhard's subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Gobert, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Dosunmu. Now, here's Siakam. He has 6. Buries the long-range jumper. Nembhard's got his second bucket.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Slams it in.
Edwards, a true scoring machine, and he is relentless. He's lighting it up tonight.
We've got 1:48 left now here in the second. Pass to Nesmith. Nembhard is screen on Edwards. Siakam outside. That 3 off the mark. Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
A superstar level talent for sure. Anthony Edwards is awesome, but I like his competitive spirit as much as his skill.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
You know, his free throw percentage has dropped this year, but not really enough to raise any red flags or become alarmed about it.
And Edwards drops them both. For Indiana, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. It's good. Nembhard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Really warming up. He's scoring it with consistency this quarter.
Pass to Edwards. McDaniels on the wing. Takes the 3. Pacers with the rebound. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game playing.
Yeah, I mean, their execution at times was flawless, but they also made some mistakes that ultimately did them in.
And, you know, it's never easy trying to win away from home. They were close, but just needed a little more push at the end.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Nembhard against DiVincenzo. Nembhard's shot is good. Nembhard's got 9 points.
He has certainly shot the ball well here, trying to lift his team up.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. DiVincenzo kicks to McDaniels.
Hey, yo, right here.
McDaniels sets a screen for Edwards.
Wow! Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
Siakam outside. Shoots the 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Minnesota ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We come back right after this.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
The way they have owned the paint, not only will they win the game, they might not even sweat in the fourth quarter.
Good news is we have great AC here in the studio, so we never have to sweat.
Ah, it's so cool in here.
And it's time now for the best part. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
Timberwolves shooting a mind-boggling 79% off the floor. And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. Top of the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. And it's Gobert at the center position.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Nesmith with the bounce pass. Here's Huff. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Randall dishes to Edwards. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy Gobert is improving his perimeter defense as well, Greg. It's helped his overall game.
Yeah, teams have looked to pull him outside and test his lateral quickness. But I tell you, he holds up better than you think, and we know.
And again for 3.
He's got this defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. Pass to Siakam. Clock at 6.
Nice look.
Indiana needs to get a shot off. Here's Nesmith. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Yeah.
Nesmith has got 5 now.
Looking for an answer 3? Nesmith is your guy. This dude is
good. Another from 3.
He's now set the team record for most threes in a game. Unreal.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure, he's positive the next one's going to go in.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up.
I certainly hope not.
And here's Edwards. And again for 3.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking them down from deep.
Craig, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for 2nd in most threes in a game.
And he's tied Curry's mark from 2016, which was the top spot for threes in a game for a short while. It's been that kind of takeover display that we've seen here tonight.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, Anthony Edwards keeps a tight circle. He said, I've known my whole crew since I was 13, and that's the...
Connects again from distance.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing.
And all those great shooting performances from Klay Thompson, well, this night belongs right there with him.
Randall finds Gobert. Fires the 3. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup. Gobert's got his first basket of the night.
This is what the team relies on Gobert for, clearing the glass and finishing the play.
Out to the wing. Here's Siakam. Back to Nembhard. Siakam left side. From outside, off the mark.
After knocking down a couple in the first half, he hasn't gotten a 3 to fall since.
Gobert the pass to Edwards. For 3. Good. Another from 3.
And that is a 3 that will put him in the record books.
A historic performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had.
And Klay Thompson's mark of 14 is bested. What a shooting display.
Toppin, he's checked in for the Pacers. T.J. McConnell comes in for Pascal Siakam. Big group substitution now for Minnesota.
Let's go.
He's checked in for Gobert. Kyle Anderson comes in for Randall. Ayo Dosunmu is checked in for McDaniels. And Bones Island subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Bucket is good.
And Walker with the size and strength to straight up move you out of his way.
Out to Edwards. Fires the 3. And another one.
And never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long, long time.
And that mid-range is an area where McConnell is most proficient.
Over in the corner, Edwards. Launches a three. Good, that's another bucket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Outside, Walker. Now, Nembhard. He's got 12. Knocked away.
Oh, there we go.
And now Minnesota on the fast break.
Oh, can't get that.
Back to Dosunmu. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Edwards' shot is good.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. On the wing, Walker. By Walker.
With a one-hand tomahawk, guys, somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, they got the entire bench up right there as they saw that and out of their chairs.
That's how you get your teammates fired up.
On that house, we're getting destroyed.
Welcome back, everyone, as we continue on a record-setting night.
And a three-point barrage, the likes of which we've never seen. This man is etching his name in the history books.
The Pacers shooting for the game at 42%. They've got Toppin. T.J. McConnell is out there with Jones. Then there's Shepard, and it's Siakam in at center. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Back to McConnell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Toppin kicks to Siakam. Here's McConnell. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Here's Harlan. Lays it up and banks it in.
Love the pass from Reed that time. These guys love playing with him.
McConnell against Highland. 11 feet away. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Reeves got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Clark. Pass to Dosunmu. Here's Shannon. Over in the corner, Dosunmu. Good on the three-point shot.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
McConnell passes to Siakam. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
That is not the shot you need to be looking for when you're trying to break out of a slump.
Here's Dosunmu. No good from outside.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
McConnell scanning the floor. Shepard with the ball. And it's Reed picking him up. 4 on the shot clock. Jones from outside. Hits it from three-point range.
Look, he may not be a high-volume three-point shooter, but he'll take that when you give him.
You know what I had to set up for.
Minnesota calls timeout. And Clark, one idea that Commissioner Silver mentioned, shortening NBA games to 40 minutes as opposed to the current 48 minutes. What are your thoughts there?
You know, Kevin, I don't know if shortening the game would be an answer. I certainly would love to see the season shortened to take maybe 12 to 14 games off the regular season. I think would go a long way to enhancing the season-long quality of play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Huff's jacked in. Walker comes in for Shepard. Aaron Nesmith has checked in for Jones. And Andrew Nembhard's subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Pass to Nembhard. Back to Nesmith. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And it's 7 points for Aaron Nesmith.
Putting in that work near the block. Nesmith playing winning basketball.
And again.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Pass to Huff. Now Nesmith. Here's Walker. Nice defense from McDaniel.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers.
Another bucket.
Unreal. He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time individual games in NBA history.
And honestly, guys, I don't know how you stop him. I mean, he's into the mid-70s scoring-wise. Wilt's 78, Kobe's 81, and Wilt's 100 are the only higher scoring games ever.
GA, just when you think you've seen it all. Past season, a father and son playing as teammates. NBA history continues to be made with the Jameses.
Yeah, LeBron and Bronny James taking the court together. And if other players can emulate the longevity of LeBron, perhaps it won't be the last time we see it happen.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a great screen, I think, is underappreciated. Giving those guys their just due with the screen assist on a made bucket is, I'm fine with that.
Puts up a 3, connects again.
He has been simply unstoppable.
And he's now 3rd all-time for points in a game. 1 for the ages.
Well, he has already cleared Wilt Chamberlain's 78 points. Next up is Kobe's 81. And if he passes that mark, the basketball world is going to be talking about this guy for years.
The first pick of the 2022 second round, Andrew Nembhard is a hard-working guard and has really been a quality rotational piece from day one.
Edwards kicks to Clark.
Nope.
Walker against
Oh, I had him. He's back. Had him.
Shoots over Walker.
And one. Still got it the other way, but.
And incredible. Never thought we'd see another player score this much.
I mean, it feels surreal, doesn't it? That score puts him tied for the 2nd most points in an NBA game. What a historic night.
And when Kobe did what he did back in 06, I never thought we'd see something like that again. But tonight has been an absolute legendary performance. I'm still in shock that we've seen 81 twice now.
Outside, Walker launches it. He is hauled in by Shannon. Minnesota's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Minnesota.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching
There you go.
a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
They simply refused to let their opponent off the hook in either game this season. And that's why they're going to finish up the year with a 2-0 record in the season series against the Pacers.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Anthony Edwards.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand. And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Basket good.
With a harmonious blend of length and strength, Siakam has become a dependable interior scoring option.
Another one goes. Incredible.
90. A legendary performance.
We'll be talking about this one, Greg, for a long, long time. Nembhard with it. And And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Thank you for... And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game.
What time is it? 8:30? No. Yeah, I'll go with this one.
Brian Anderson. I've got Tim Legler and Grant Hill at the table with me, and Allie LaForce covering us courtside. As the playoffs draw closer, here's what the East looks like. You take a look at Toronto, 6th best record in their respective conference right now, hoping to end the season on a high note. And of course Miami, they're just 4 spots down from them.
Well, for the Raptors, they have to be proud of what they accomplished so far. But they also feel they've left some wins on the table and that their best basketball is yet to come.
So a look at our starters for the Heat. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Powell. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Tyler Hero. And it's Mitchell in at the 1. And for Toronto, Barnes is the 4 with Pirtle in the middle. Quickly at point with Barrett by his side. They're the guards. And it's Ingram in at the 3. From deep, this game could be like a tennis match, Grant, with the ball racing from one side of the court to the other.
Yeah, B.A., you can get whiplash watching these teams run up and down the floor. They like to get it and go without any hesitation.
And one of the things I love the most about Adebayo, he's a center who plays like one. He's not out here trying to take long jumpers. He wants the ball inside.
And it's Miami's ball. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with Darko Rajakovic. Like everyone, he's impressed with that relentless nature. He said, quote, "We have to match his intensity at both ends, trying to keep him off of the glass and trying to keep the ball out of his hands. Coach knows they can do it for stretches, but he wonders if they can do it for a full..."
So it's Toronto now, following the 3-point basket by Miami. Barrett passes to Ingram.
Slam dunk by Ingram. Well, there are a lot of great athletes in this league, and you could certainly put Brandon Ingram in that category.
Pass to Hero. Fires the 3. And again, Miami with a triple.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And when you think of the league's point of attack pest, Davion Mitchell earns his keep defensively, lads.
Well, we've all taken notice of that on-the-ball defense. He is one of the best in the league at that, but he is starting to find his scoring prowess in this league as well as he continues to improve his efficiency.
Great defender.
Hey, go! Quick!
Quickly with the ball. Picked up by Powell. Barrett can't hit.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
Hero with the bucket.
Now, when you start out shooting 80% or better as a team, you start to feel yourself a little bit, and that feeling is good.
Pass to Pirtle. Now Barrett. One goes in.
He's able to get all the way to the rim because he did a great job of taking advantage of that angle.
Right to Adebayo. Over Pirtle. Adebayo, no good.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
Barnes with a screen on Powell. Ingram, pass to Barrett. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. The third pick in the 2019 draft, R.J. Barrett has that ideal build for an NBA wing.
Well, B.A., he definitely has that. 6'6", strong, athletic. But what's the biggest key for R.J. going forward? It's consistency with his shooting, which can complement his ability to create off the dribble.
Jaime Jaquez is checked in for Miami.
And when you look at what R.J. Barrett brings to the table as a wing, he's a very dependable scorer that can attack you at all three levels.
Hero with the bucket.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And how about we check the numbers for Scotty Barnes?
And I think the grind of the season has caught up to him a little. You can see it in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a dive. He appears to be wearing down. Maybe he can get his legs back under him today.
Here's Murray Boyles. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Kicks it out to Barnes. Wiggins with a steal. Outside Jaquez. My hero. Fires from deep. And again, it's Miami from deep.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Raptors trail by 8. Ingram on the wing. Jaquez covers. Barrett against Powell. Pass to Murray Boyles. Takes the 3. And it's Miami with a rebound.
Play at both ends of the court in that game. They were able to seize control and maintain it.
That is the way they would like to play every night, but of course each opponent represents different challenges.
Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Barnes really gets off the ground. He is just an effortless athlete.
Hero for 3. Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Yeah, that's how you create that spacing, and that will open up a lot of options offensively. Well, the defense is going to try to shut down certain things, but it's impossible to deny everything. That's a skilled play right there.
It's Jaquez on the wing. Back to Hero. Launches a 3. And again, Miami with a triple.
Well, after giving up that 3 on one end, Tyler Hero was hunting an answer.
Adebayo with a steal. Here's the break. Here's Wiggins. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, they've just been the better team. They've been more aggressive, which is why they hold a double-digit lead.
Now here's Quickly. Yet to see a basket. Barrett passes to Quickly. Offline with a 3.
Well, you can't make them all, but I doubt the defense wants to give him that kind of look again.
Hero with the bucket.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And from the opening tip, they've been locked in. Just look at the score. That tells you all you need to know.
Ingram against Jaquez. The shot by Ingram, no good. Hero outside with 1 on the clock. Here's Wiggins. And so it's Miami in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. Back to the game after this break. great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Miami.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
And another thing they've done consistently well is attack the paint. They have stayed aggressive under the hoop and gotten high percentage looks.
Make no mistake. Slam dunk.
That is such a creative move. With the ball in his hands quickly can really be special.
How about that elevated look on the AT&T Connected Cam? And Tim, some have said that the hardcore Heat culture doesn't work in today's league.
Well, there certainly is a different mindset in the modern player. And the Heat organization was always known for working players the hardest. But now they have to ease back, but still be tougher than most.
Setting the floor for Miami. Iacochonis out there. Then it's Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Khalil Ware. And it's Larson in at the 3 slot. Now here's Powell. 14 points, their largest margin of the game.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now, just trying to close it out.
Here's quickly a go-to option for this team. He puts up nearly 17 a game. Murray Boyles can't get it to go. Miami leading by 16. Down low. Here's Ware. Banked it in off the glass. Ware's got his first points of the game.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get into paint and get wet.
Pass to Murray Boyles. And here's quickly. Into the lane. Will it go? And the layup is up and in.
And certainly Quickly is not afraid to attack that painted area if he sees it open.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Barnes, he's checked in for Toronto. Ingram comes in for Dick. Miami's gone a perfect 7 for 7 from deep in this one. Pass to Ware. Back to Mitchell. Over quickly. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Ingram, the pass to Quickly. Back to Ingram. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And that's now 7 points for Brandon Ingram.
It's hard trying to match up with Ingram, especially when he's looking to score inside.
Here's Ware. And he gets the bucket.
And trust me, when the he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Inside. And it's Ware missing.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
There is no doubt about it. They'd love to have that one back.
Now here's Ingram. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Celtics in Boston. Just 5 on the clock. Count that one. Ingram's got 9 points. There's nothing like the intensity of coming down to the wire when both teams are fighting for playoff position, Grant.
Well, you know, B.A., for these teams, what you did before doesn't matter. You have to give everything in this game. It's essentially a bunch of one-game seasons from here to the finish line.
Heat leading by 16. This is another, just 1 of 4 from the floor. Pass to Murray Boyles. Drops in the 3. Murray Boyles has got his first 3 points of the game.
And we're playing about as much defense as they did there. Not nearly enough.
Here's Ware. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Mitchell's got his 3rd assist.
I love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Now here's Quickly. A go-to option for this team. He puts up nearly 17 a game. 3-pointer. Miami grabs the miss. Jaquez finds Powell. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Hurdles checked in for Toronto. Barrett comes in for Quickly. Miami also changing it up. Larson's checked in for Jaquez. And Tyler Hero subbed in for Norman Powell. Well, not a whole lot of experience, but you watch Jaime Jaquez, Ted. He looks like a 10-year vet out there.
Yeah, B.A., part of that is because he's a 4-year college guy, and now he's plug and play. He's got great footwork, he's tough, and he has a high IQ for the game.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Bam Adebayo is now the Heat's all-time leader in double-doubles. Bam said, I want to be #1 in some, if not all of these categories. I just have to keep improving and keep chipping away. And then it's just focusing on getting these wins. Back to you guys.
Good priorities. Thank you very much for the report, Alex.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
It's stolen by Barnes. There's 39 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Pirtle. To the middle. Here's Walter. And again, Toronto, no good. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Miami Heat to the paint. Here's Adebayo. Count it. Adebayo's got 6.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Come around. Outside Ingram. Outside Barrett. To win the cold spell. That shot is off.
Well, I'm not sure if he was surprised to be that wide open, but something got him out of focus.
So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Miami out in front, running away with it. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
I'm here.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Two quarters of play completed as we welcome you to take a look at some of the upcoming games on the schedule. It'll be the Sacramento Kings up against the Warriors out in San Francisco. Tip-off is 10 Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. And switching gears now to that first half. What a difficult start for the Raptors.
What they're doing tonight doesn't even count as defense. Open shots all over the place. Have a little pride, fellas.
Yeah, their lack of engagement at that end is pretty glaring.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. How about Tyler Hero displaying all of his skills today?
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
And this offense continues to find him in his sweet spots from deep.
So it's Miami now. Ingram the 3 with Barnes the 4. Quickly at point with Barrett by his side. They're the guards. And it's Pirtle in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. And so here is Toronto. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, excitement building in Ontario ahead of this coming May when the WNBA makes its long-awaited launch north of the border. The Toronto Temple will become Canada's first ever WNBA franchise, and with that league finding a rhythm, this debut feels right on time.
It's a beautiful thing. Shams, appreciate the report. Got that bucket in no time. Got 25 points in the game.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of 3-pointers.
Outside Ingram. Barnes with a screen on Powell. To the inside. Kicks it to Quickly. This one for 3. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist. Quickly's got 7.
No, I just love how
Here's Hero. And And there are the Heat with another bucket.
And continues his perfect night. It's unreal. I just hope he doesn't believe in the announcer's jinx.
Timeout, timeout. Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. After seeing a franchise player like Luka Doncic traded, you think there's anyone who is truly untouchable now, Tim?
Well, I tell you what, that trade, BA, made me realize nobody in this league is immovable. You just don't know what the future holds, and I think fewer guys will stay with one team their entire careers.
That was a shocker for sure. Now here's Quickly. He's got 7. Outside Ingram. There's the triple. Rebound by the Heat.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Wiggins passes to Mitchell. Here's Powell. Miami moving it around. Shoots. And it's Miami with another.
You can't play much better than this. That's 4 straight to start the half.
Mitchell against Quickly. Left side Ingram. The 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got his 5th rebound in this one. Mitchell with the ball. Powell for 3. Hits the trifecta. He's got 7.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Ingram up top. Powell covers. Looking to end the run. Again, the miss by Ingram.
Proud. Hey, guess what? Mission accomplished.
There is no doubt about it. They've done a great job minimizing all of the external factors.
And they pick up 2. Barrett's got 7.
Well, there's just something about lefties like Barrett. That jumper looks so pretty.
Pass to Adebayo. Over Pirtle. Adebayo, no good. And here's Quickly. He'll bring it up for Toronto. The 3. Mitchell grabs a miss.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.